My name is Vernon Ware, and it's so good to be able to have this time for us to be able to talk about something that is so important to our community, which is mental health and mental wellness. One of the things that has been unfortunate is that we a lot of times have looked at our mental health as either something that we don't have to worry about until it gets to extreme levels, or that there's nothing that we can do about it. And both of those things are false. And so today and over the next course of the couple of weeks, we're going to be dealing with some mental wellness tips, some things that you can be able to hopefully take in that would benefit your life, benefit the lives of those that you love and work with, and even benefit the life of our community. And so today we want to talk about being human. Now, I know that may sound strange to say. Obviously, we all are humans. But one of the things that I hear so much in doing this work is that persons say that they are strong. Well, I'm strong enough to take it. I'm strong enough to deal with it. I'm too strong to cry. I'm too strong to stress. I'm too strong to be worried about things. But that actually doesn't matter. Your physical, even honestly, emotional strength does not come into play when we deal with some of the challenges that come against our mental health wellness. If we talk about anger, if we talk about trauma, if we talk about grief, disappointment, loss, all of those things don't care how much time you put in gym. They actually don't even care what your credit score is or anything else like that. It is part of being human. And so imagine it this way. We know that we're entering a time where a lot of persons are dealing with allergies. And I can say this from the few times I do go to the gym, that it's a case where it doesn't matter how strong persons are, how fit they are, that at some point or another, they still are impacted by allergies. And they don't consider themselves weak. What do? If we're impacted by allergies, we do something to be able to deal with the impact of it, to deal with the effects of it. Well, it's the same thing with our mental wellness, is that in part of being humans, we understand that we're going to come into contact with anger. We're going to come into contact with sadness. We're going to come into contact with grief, loss. And unfortunately, in today's day and times, either directly or indirectly, we're going to come into contact with trauma. And when dealing with all of these things, it's not a matter of strength. It's a matter of you being able to be human and to be resilient, to be able to deal with what it is that has either happened to you or that you're experiencing. And so one of the ways is to be able to acknowledge that it's okay. It's okay to have days where you don't feel your best. It's okay to have days when you don't feel like grinding. It's okay to have days when you don't feel like you are on top of the world. That is part of being human. It's also not only okay, but it's also necessary to sometimes ask for help. And as we go through these next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about ways that you can specifically deal with your mental health in a way that is positive. I will also want to let you know that sometimes we also don't have to have all of the answers. Part of being human is recognizing that there are limits to who we are, there are limits to what we know. And so therefore, there may be times where you do need to get help. There is nothing wrong with that. I can say as a mental health professional for decades now that it is something when persons come, they are often surprised at the fact that they are dealing with things that so many other people deal with. And matter of fact, it takes a sense of courage, it takes strength to be able to recognize the fact that you need help and to be able to get that. What are the impacts if we don't? If we don't deal with our mental health, if we don't deal with our mental wellness, then what ends up happening is we injure ourselves. But unlike allergies, we also can impact the lives of others, those that we love, those that we work with, those that are around us in community. And we see on the news every single day about persons who did not really take seriously or were not able to get the help that they needed. And because of that, there are dire consequences to that. So let's go ahead and just be human. You are more than enough. You are strong enough, but most importantly, you are human. So let's get going on our mental health and our mental wellness.